Hello and welcome everyone. In the previous tutorial, we have discussed how we can perform basic CRUD operation on models in Django. Now, in this tutorial, we will take a step further and we will understand about some of the basic operations related to models. So, we will start off this video by discussing how we can implement ordering data objects. Then we will also understand how we can implement slicing on the data objects. And in the last, we will discuss how we can perform chaining lookups on the data objects of a model. So without any further delay, let's jump to the very first topic. Now to order data objects in Django, we generally utilize the order by method. Now this order by method will be utilized on the data objects of the model and it will return a query set. Now how we can use this order by method? Let's understand this thing with the help of an example. Now to implement all the examples, what I will do, I will use the same profile model which we have created earlier in this tutorial series. So I have quickly opened my command prompt and I am in the same location where I have stored my manage.py file. I am in my project directory basically. So what I will do, I will first activate the interactive console, and for this I will type the command python manage.py shell. Now once I am in the interactive console, what I will do, I have to first import the profile model from the models.py file which is there in the home application. So I will write from home.models import profile. Once we have imported this profile class, what we will do, we will utilize the order by method on this profile model to fetch all the data objects, and we will try to order those data objects in the ascending and the descending order. So first let me show you the unordered data objects. So I will first declare an variable here, unordered query set, and what I will do, I will fetch all the objects without applying any order on it. So I will type profile.objects.all and hit enter. Let me print this, and here you can see it has returned a query set which consists of 5 data objects. Now these data objects are not in ordered. Basically when we print a query set, it consists the data objects based on the order of their ID. So here we can easily get to know that the profile Steve Miller will have ID 1, then Kane Williamson will have ID 2, and in that way the query set is being printed. Now what if I want to apply the order based upon first name? Then what I can do? So moreover, before we move forward, let me tell you one more method about it. So here you can see in the query set, it is only returning the string representation related to the model. But what if you want to fetch all the values for it? So in that case, we have to use values method with it. So I will type unordered q set representing query set, and I will use the method values with it and hit enter. And now you can see it has returned value related to each attribute. So for the element Steve, the ID is 5, its first name is Steve, then last name is Miller, then age is there, then contact is there, then email is also there. In the same way, it is printed value for every data object. Now if I want to order this, what I will do, again I will write profile.objects.all to fetch all the objects, and now I will apply the order by method. Now in this order by method, we have to specify the attribute for which we want to order the components. For example, if I want to order this data objects based on first name, and let me use values method also with it so that we can fetch all the values and hit enter. Here you can see according to it has returned the data objects based on alphabetical order. So first is J, which is James coming up, so J is the very first character, then there is Joe, then there is Kane. So in this way it has returned all the data objects in the alphabetical order based on their first name. We can also apply this order by on numeric data type. So I will type age, so it will return the data objects in the ascending order of their age. So here you can see the youngest one is Joe, which is of 31, then there is Steve, which is of 32, then there is again Kane, which is also of 32, then there is James, which is of 40, and in this way we got our result in the ascending order of their age. Now till now we have seen how we can implement ascending order, but what about ordering the elements based upon descending order? How we can do that? For that, we have to put a minus sign in front of that particular attribute. So for example, if I want to order all the components based on descending order of their age, I have to use this query profile.objects.all, and in this I have used order by, and you can notice that with age I have put a minus, and then I have used the values method. It will order all the components in the descending order of their age. So very first will be the very older person, so when is there, which is of 55. Then there is James Anderson, which is of 40, and in this way age gets decreases by each component. Now in Django, what we can do, we can also use this order by method to order components based on multiple attributes. So how we can do that? For this, we simply need to pass multiple attributes to the order by method. So for example, if I want to order all the data objects based upon the ascending order of their first name and the descending order of their age, I will type this query, which is profile.objects.all. With this I have used the order by method, and a very first argument to this order by method is first name. Now we have to make sure that this argument is in string format because we are passing the name of our attribute. So I want to order the components in the ascending order of their first name, and I want the age in the descending order. Now if I hit enter, it will return all the data objects based upon the ascending order of their first name and the descending order of their age. So I hope with this you all understand how we can implement ordering on our data objects. Now let's move forward and let's discuss how we can implement slicing on our data objects in Django. Now as we know, Django is a Python based framework. So just like Python, we can implement slicing on the data objects in Django as well, and the method to implement slicing is also same. Let us discuss this thing with the help of an example. So here you know that by objects.all method we are able to fetch all the data objects from the query set, and it will basically return in query set with all the data objects. Now what I will do on this, I will use square brackets to initialize my slicing, and as you know, in Python we use colon to implement slicing. So what if I want to fetch only first two components from this query set? So I will write in this way. Now here we can either write 0 or we can also neglect this. If I hit enter, it will return the first two data objects from the query set. Now in the same way, if I again want to slice the data objects from index 2 to the very last, and if I hit enter, it will return the data objects which are at index 2, 3, 4. So there are basically only 5 data objects in this query set. So the last data object will have index 4. That's why it has returned only 3 data objects in this query set. So in this way, we can also implement slicing on our data objects in Django. Now let's move forward and let's discuss about the chaining lookup data objects. So in Django, it is feasible to change, basically in Django, it is feasible to change a refinement together, since the outcome of the refining a query set is another query set. So what we can do, we can utilize multiple lookups together on our query set, and it will return another query set which will be a filtered query set. Now how we can do that in Django? Again, I will come back to my console, and again I will use here, with the all method we are able to fetch all the data objects, but instead of using all, what I will do, I will use a filter, and I will apply this filter on the first name, and I want to fetch all the first name which starts with J. So I will also use this option starts with, and I will specify J here. Now what this query will do, it will fetch all the data objects whose first name starts with J. So if I hit enter, here you can get to know that there are 2 data objects whose name starts with J. Now chaining lookup basically means we are utilizing multiple lookups on the same query set. So here you can see first we have utilized this filter lookup. After this, if I want to use another lookup, I have to use the dot operator, and then after that we have to use the next lookup. So for example, if I want to use the exclude lookup, now we have already discussed the use of exclude lookup. What it will do, it will return the result set excluding the one which are matched with the given parameter. So I want to exclude all the data objects whose age is greater than or equal to 32. So here you can see the query. First, I have put this filter which will fetch all the data objects whose first name starts with J, and then it will fetch. Now what it will do, it will take these two data objects and apply this exclude filter on it. So what this exclude filter is all about, it will fetch only those data objects whose age is greater than or equal to 32. Now if I hit enter, here you can see out of these two data objects, only this data object is there whose age is greater than or equal to 32. Now what I can do here, I can use to show the proper result, I can use the values function also with it and hit enter. Sorry, it is values, so I have to put an S here and hit enter. So here you can see the ID is 7, first name is Joe, last name is Root, age is 31. Now we have excluded all the data objects whose age was greater than or equal to 32. So it will include only those data objects whose age is less than 32. So that's why it has fetched this object whose age is 31. So I hope with this you all understand how we can implement chaining lookups on the data objects of Django. And with this we have also come to the end of this tutorial session. Thank you so much for watching this video. We will see you in the next one.